Hello everyone! In this video we're going to draw a turkey. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a cup, a lid, or anything else with a circular edge. To the left, draw a big circular shape as a guide for the back portion of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this shape too. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the shape, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape. Make this shape bigger than the first circle. On the top right side, draw a small circle as a guide for the head. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle as well. The head circle should be very small in relation to the body. Inside the head, draw a diagonal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. On the bottom right side of the head, draw a small curved line as a guide for the beak. Connect the head to the body to create the guide for the neck. The line on the right should be long and curved. On the left side of the body, draw a shape that's similar to a half circle as a guide for the tail. First, make a couple of small marks to indicate the length of the shape. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape. Under the body, draw a vertical line as a guide for the first leg. At the bottom, draw a couple of shorter lines for the foot. Draw similar lines to the right as a guide for the other leg and foot. The leg on the right should be shorter. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch a small circle for the eye. Place the eye on top of the construction guide and near the center of the head circle. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. Make the sides of the shape pointy for the corners of the eye. Inside the eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. In the middle of the eye, draw a circle and shade it in for the pupil. Draw a couple of lines around the eye for creases on the skin. Keep these lines close to the shape of the eye. Use the arc on the bottom right side of the head as a guide to draw the beak. Darken the top part of the arc for the top edge of the beak. Draw a sloping line across the guide for the mouth. Make the tip of the beak pointy. Extend the line to the left so that it's inside the head. Darken the bottom part of the arc for the lower section of the beak. On top of the beak, draw a couple of curved lines for the loose, fleshy section of the head called the snood. It's okay to overlap the beak with this section. Curve the shape downward so that it's behind the beak. Follow the path of the guide for the neck as you draw this shape. Curve the bottom part of the shape. Draw a couple of curved lines on the left side of the shape for the fleshy face of the beak. Make the lines different sizes. Under the beak, draw another long line for another loose fleshy section called the wattle. Use the other shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the head. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the head. Use short curved lines as you draw this shape for the creases on the skin. Add a few curved lines around the eye for more creases on the skin. Darken the lines under the head to create the neck. Use curved lines as you darken the guides to add a wrinkly texture on the bare skin. Make the bottom part of the neck wide and curved. The bottom part of the neck should extend to the left so that it's inside the body. On the left side of the first circle, lightly sketch a long curved line for the wing. This line should be similar to an upside-down arc. Pay attention to how big this guide is in relation to the body. When you get this guide right, add the details on the wing. Draw a series of long, thin shapes along the bottom of the guide for the individual feathers. Draw a row of smaller curved lines at the top for smaller feathers. Continue to add more of the long, thin shapes along the bottom of the guide for more of the long feathers. Make the feathers shorter along the right side of the shape. Add a few more short curved lines along the edge of the first circle for more small feathers. Use the initial circular shapes as guides to draw the rest of the body. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the body. Use short curved lines along the path of the guides to create a feathery texture. Make the curved lines different sizes. Draw a row of short curved lines across the body for more feathers. The body is big because of the fluffed up feathers. On the bottom right side of the body, draw a few short vertical lines for the wispy section called the beard. Draw a couple of short curved lines on the right side to make the body wider. Use the line under the body on the left side as a guide to draw the leg. First, lightly sketch the shape of the leg around the guideline. Draw a short pointy shape on the left side for the spur. Draw the toes along the guides at the bottom. Keep the edges of the toes close to the guides so that the shapes are thin. Add another thin pointy shape at the bottom for a smaller toe. Make the tips of the toes pointy for the nails. Use the lines on the right as guides to draw the other leg and toes the same way. Sketch the shapes of the leg and toes around the guidelines. Draw a thin pointy shape at the bottom of the guide for the short toe. Draw the longer middle toe around the guideline. Don't overlap the first set of toes as you draw these toes. Use the shape on the top left side of the body as a guide to draw the tail. Darken the edge of the guide using short curved lines for the tips of the feathers. Make the lines shorter farther to the right. Rotate the lines so that they have a horizontal orientation at the bottom and then gradually tilt them so that they have a vertical orientation at the top. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Color the loose flesh on the head different shades of red. Use dark red and brown for shadows and red-orange for highlights. Color the rest of the head different shades of blue using dark blue for shadows and light blue for highlights. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. Use light brown and yellow to color the beak and the feathers on the wing. Add a few spots and stripes on the feathers using dark brown. Color the tail using black and different shades of brown. Leave a few sections blank on the tail for the white parts of the feathers. Curve the sections of colors across the tail so that it looks like a fan. Add a few stripes using darker colors. Turkeys can have a variety of patterns on their feathers, so you can color your drawing differently if you'd like. color the main part of the body black. Color a few sections lighter to add texture on the feathers. Use gray to color the feet. Add shadows and creases to the feet using black. Add a cast shadow at the bottom using gray and a bit of blue. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result, and that's it for the turkey. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.